Two iconic personality types, introvert and extrovert, both claim to have the edge. But in 2026, which one really delivers? On the left, introvert, thoughtful and introspective, with a mind that thrives in quiet reflection. And on the right, extrovert, energetic and socially vibrant, lighting up every room they enter. Let's skip the stereotypes and get to the real stuff. Each trait earns points in every category, and at the end, you'll see exactly who comes out on top. The result might rewrite what you thought about personalities.
Okay, quick roadmap for what we're covering today. Picture this up on the screen. We'll go through energy source, decision-making style, social preferences, work and creativity, neurochemistry, yeah, we're getting a little sciencey, then mental health considerations, and finally, adaptability. Lots to cover, but trust me, it'll all make sense.
Let's kick things off with energy source. So, introverts, they pretty much recharge through alone time, like genuine Netflix and chill by yourself, deep dive into your thoughts kind of vibe. And honestly, that sustainable energy, super underrated. The catch, though, is if they end up at, say, a 3-hour party, by hour 2, they're probably like fading into the wallpaper, just drained. Flip that with extroverts. These folks are living for social buzz. Group hangouts, parties, events, this is their battery pack. But if you leave them alone for too long, oh, they're bouncing off the walls or just feeling restless. The bottom line? Both have superpowers, but also some kryptonite. And here, no clear winner. It's a tie. All right, moving on to decision-making style. Introverts are the definition of thoughtful. Like, they'll analyze every angle, run the numbers in their head, picture all the outcomes before they decide to, order a latte or switch careers. Downside? Yeah, sometimes that means overthinking everything. I'm looking at you, analysis paralysis. Now, with extroverts, it's almost the opposite. They're fast, maybe a little too fast at times. They're spontaneous, roll with opportunities, and honestly, it's kind of exciting. But details sometimes get skipped, and occasionally there's a whoops, should have thought that through moment. Giving the edge here to introverts, hands down. Now, social preferences. You can probably guess, introverts are champions of meaningful one-on-one connections. They go for depth, not breadth. They're those friends who remember your birthday and your favorite snack, but their social group is smaller. And if you drag them to a networking event, they're counting down the minutes till they can go home. Extroverts, though, they're kings and queens of the group chat. Like literally, the more, the merrier. They love public events and thrive on big networks. Honestly, 77% even look for exciting stuff to do on holidays. Only thing is, sometimes all those connections are a tad surface level. So, on social vibes, extroverts totally take the win.
Oh, and here's something cool to think about. Most people, they're not strictly introvert or extrovert. They're what you call ambiverts, mixing traits from both sides. So if you see yourself in a bit of both, you're actually in the majority.
Let's talk about work and creativity. Introverts, man, they're in their element when it's quiet. They can go hours focused on one thing, coming up with super creative ideas or knocking out detailed projects. But get them in a loud brainstorming session? Yeah, maybe not their jam. Extroverts, meanwhile, they shine when energy is high. Give them background music or a room full of people, and it's go time. They're nature's salespeople, public speakers, super handy in people-rich environments. Still, for pure deep dives and creative insight, introverts kind of edge this one out. Now, time for the science stuff. Neurochemistry. If you're wondering, wait, our brains are wired differently? Oh, absolutely. Introverts are more sensitive to dopamine and higher cortical arousal, so a little goes a long way before they feel overstimulated. That's why they love chill environments. But too much noise? Suddenly, it's overwhelming. Extroverts, on the other hand, have more dopamine receptors and need more stimulation to feel that buzz. Think of them as chasing that next thrill. They're also apparently linked with emotional intelligence, which is pretty cool. But if they don't get enough action, boredom strikes hard. Overall, both are just built differently, so it's a tie here. All right, mental health considerations. Introverts really excel in self-reflection. They can get super deep with understanding themselves and personal growth. But, and this is big, too much introspection can slide into overthinking or even depression if they don't get the right support. So, there's a little risk there. Extroverts, their social nature actually helps. They've got support built in, tend to be more resilient and have a lower risk of isolation. But sometimes they dodge the heavy self-reflection stuff and can get a bit too dependent on what others think. Still, just by the numbers, extroverts edge out a little here. Last category, adaptability. So introverts can act extroverted when they need to, but honestly, it's effort. Like forcing yourself to go to that work party when you'd rather chill at home. With enough practice, you get good at it, but it's draining. Extroverts, though, this is their wheelhouse. They switch up, blend in, meet new people, super flexible and always up for change. Sometimes, yeah, they don't prep enough, but their social fluidity is impressive. Extroverts definitely snag the win here. Pulling up all the scores on the board, you'll see introverts really shine in decision-making and creative deep work, while extroverts take the crown on social skills, adaptability, and resilience. A couple of ties where the differences are just in how people are wired, not better or worse. Looking at it all together, introverts absolutely dominate when it comes to focus, creativity, and really careful decision-making. Extroverts, though, wow, they thrive wherever there are people, teamwork, and change. End of the day, neither is universally better. It's about where your natural strengths are and using them to your advantage. If you take one thing from this, it's that understanding your personality style can seriously boost your work, relationships, honestly, everything. Play to your strengths and work on that flexibility. You never know when switching gears will come in.